Harihi Om. The topic here is Krishna Consciousness. First of all, consciousness means to be aware of what we are doing, what we are saying, what we are feeling, what are surrounding us, what are in our mind, what thoughts are running in our mind, etc., whatever it is. But this is consciousness. But here, Krishna consciousness. So, what is this meaning of Krishna consciousness? For this, first of all, we must know the meaning of Krishna. So, actually, what is Krishna and how is Krishna defined? Krishna has two syllables, Krish and Na. Krish means always and Na means happy. So, to be always happy is Krishna. So, Krishna is nothing but the one who is always happy, always cheerful, always enthusiastic, always helpful, and then always contented, always satisfied. So, whoever lives a life like this, they will transform into Krishnas. So, here actually, what is this transformation? First of all, if one want to understand Krishna, he must be aware of all these things. He must live a life like this. And only when he lives a life like this, he can understand Krishna. And now Krishna has two sides. One is the concrete side and the other is the abstract side. So what is the concrete side? The concrete side is the form or the person with whom the people in the Dwapara Yuga, they saw him. That means they played the gopis and gopikas, they played with him, they fought with him, they ate with him, they danced with him, they slept with him. And along with his friends like Kuchela, the Sudama. And these all people in the Dwapara Yuga, they knew Krishna, they adorned him, but many did not believe him. The people who believed are only gopis and gopikas. No, not gopis also. The gopikas. The gopikas, they believed him. They believed him to be God. Though Krishna is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, and Krishna had all the powers of Lord Vishnu, he was mystic, he was mystical, he was mysterious, he was known. People felt that they knew him, but in fact they did not know him. So here all the time only the gopis, that means the gopikas, they knew him to be God. So that's why the Bhagavata, it defined him as Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So Krishna is none other but Bhagavan. Swayam. Swayam means he himself declared that he was God. And it is proven also a number of times. In the Dwapara Yuga, he showed his Virat Rupam 3 times. First time To his mother Yashoda, when she scolded, when she asked him to open his mouth, when she got the complaint that he ate mud. Second time when he went to Duryodhana, he went to Duryodhana to make peace between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. And Duryodhana, he tried to bind him with a rope. Third time, in the Kurukshetra warfield, the Kurukshetra battlefield, he showed his Virat form to Arjuna. So, many a time he showed his form, yet people could not understand. Then when he was 5 years old, he killed Putana. And then again Kaliya Mardan when he was again next 6 years or 7 years old. So like that, if we go on saying, there are so many instances in his life which seem to be magical, but they are not magical. He was God, so he could do anything, because ultimate is God only for anyone. So he himself declared to be God. And finally, in the Bhagavad Gita, in his concrete form, he made Arjuna promise that whoever comes to his refuge, he would give them salvation, and he will always, whoever trusts him, he would be by their side. So all this is about the concrete side. Coming to the abstract side, there are so many devotees, and not only that, in the Rasa Leela, in the Dwapar Yuga, with the Gopikas. So each that whoever thought of him, that Gopika felt that he was with him only. So there are hundreds and thousands of Gopikas who felt, who thought of him, and they experienced his presence with them. And it is not possible for anyone to be like that at one and the same place, at one person at different places at one and the same time. It is not at all possible. So by this we can say that he is God, and he is not only concrete but he is also abstract. In the later part of that means after this Dwapar Yuga, even in the entrance of the Kali Yuga also, so many people, they felt his presence, they experienced. They not only they experienced, they also experienced his presence and service to them. So many devotees are there who actually felt his presence and experienced, and they saw him, they visualized him also. So, if it is only a concrete form, how could they visualize him in the other yugas? It is not possible. So, there's abstract side also. So, he is also called, he is a bhava. Like, suppose if we have a concept on him that Krishna is in our house, and we find him at even every place in our house. So then we find that Krishna is in us, in our heart. Then we can visualize him. We can see his presence behind us, before us, surrounding us. It's a feel. So it's a concrete side. So abstract side, a concept. And this concept itself, even in this Kali Yuga, even these days, like let us take the ISKCON devotees or Krishna devotees or Hari devotees, they all feel his presence even now, and they experience the joy of being with him. So, like this, let us take Annamaya. So, Govinda, Hari, or Narayana, whatever it is, they all are the forms of Vishnu only, and Krishna is also one among them. So, Krishna is not different from all these. Krishna also is one among them. So, here what we have to understand is Krishna is nothing but yoga. The moment we go on thinking about Krishna, we go on uttering about Krishna, we go on contemplating on Krishna, we find a kind of ecstatic uh, moments in our life. Whenever it's the same feel. So here also, whenever we see the idol of Krishna, whatever it is, we feel so happy. We experience that his tinkling anklets, his flute in the Vrindavan. So like that. So here, but how we can do it is by the consciousness. Just like we are conscious of what we are doing, what we are thinking, what we are saying, what we are eating. If we are not conscious of what we are eating, we don't know what we eat. If we are not conscious on what we talk, we don't know what we talk. And how we talk makes a lot of difference. It's not what we talk. So in the same way, if we are not conscious about Krishna, like subconscious mind may think of Krishna or no, we don't know. But even the conscious mind also, if we think of him, we can feel his presence. We can feel that he is a living idol in our house. It's not a mere image or photo or something. And this Krishna is nothing but yoga. When we go on thinking about him, when we do any work in his name, when we offer everything to him, when we surrender to him, when we don't think of any other religion or anything except he, that itself is Krishna consciousness. So then a moment comes when we feel that we are Krishnas only. So do we really become Krishnas, or that means we cannot do any magics or gimmicks? But in because the soul is the same. Let us say that soul Atma and Paramatma. So Krishna is Paramatma, and when we are Atma, we feel that there is no difference between him and us, and then we feel that we are Krishna's only. Like suppose many a time Radha used to feel that she was Krishna, and Krishna used to feel that he was Radha, because their relation was Atma and Paramatma relation. They both felt that they are same entity. They are not different. Just like the waves of the ocean are of the ocean only, and they are not separate entity. So when we see, we feel that the waves are separate. But in fact, the waves are not separate. They are of the ocean only, and they come from the ocean. In the same way, here this Radha and Krishna also, they are Atma and Paramatma, the relationship. And so between us also, if we think, if we can feel, if we can have the consciousness of Krishna that means every moment, then we feel that we are not at all separate from him, and we are both of us are of the same entity.